Hello, 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 hello. Back again. We're on part three. StoryTime, Merc City Guts and Glory Series 1. Okay, and so what I was saying was maybe further on down in maybe in the book I can throw a description of each characters. Okay. All right. And so let us what I do is for story time so I'll make it very in it's very intriguing. I make it very interesting, and I leave it in suspense so that I can keep you hungry for this information. Okay, so I'll pick out a certain topic in the book, and I'll certain part of, uh, place in the book, and I'll pick it out, and I'll go ahead and read it. Okay, so what I could do is I could let the computer read it, or I can read it myself. And so what I would like to do is I would love for uh, the
I bring
computer
in
to
what
read it.
manner? Black on black black on black discussions, everywhere predominantly, furthermore particularly, while we live persecuted by the mainstream, even from the law enforcement, continues, which seems
Okay, here it
unattractive in
is. So we're going to go
U-
ahead with the title.
US verse,
Okay.
but stand together. US
U.S.
verse,
verse, no.
US,
Us verse
US
us
verse,
verse U.S.
USA.
So let me say that again, excuse me. This particular chapter in this book is called uh, Us versus Us versus USA. Okay? Us versus Us versus United States. Us versus Us. Us. Us versus Us. Us versus United States. So it's us against us. It's my culture against my culture, and my culture against the United States. Okay? And so let's go.
This foolish and unwise. I bring in what manner? Black on black discussions, everywhere predominantly, furthermore particularly, while we live persecuted by the mainstream, even from the law enforcement, continues, which seems unattractive in addition, it paints a horrific
picture, as if some of us are lack of directions. Afterwards, businesses refuse to do business with us, because of criminal activities that's arousing our...
All right, let's do this. I did a test run. Sorry. I don't know if y'all can hear that audio, so me personally, I love to read. So I'm going to read what I wrote, okay? And again, forgive me, I'm not all that great with my grammar and my English. And so, yeah, but I graduated from high school. And, that's all that matters, right? And I'm continue learning. I went through some college, but I dropped out. Okay, this foolish and unwise I bring in what manner? Excuse me when I say black on black. I try not to use the word black because it's a derogatory word. And so I would like to replace that word with Afro American or colored people or nigger or Negroes. Niggers means king. Okay? This foolish and unwise I bring in what manner? Black on black discussions everywhere, predominantly, furthermore, particularly while we lived persecuted by the mainstream, even from the law enforcement, continues, which seems unattractive. In addition, it paints a horrific picture as it if some of us are lack of directions. Afterwards, businesses refuse to do business with us because of criminal activities that's arousing our uncompromising natural side of our present convictions and present convictions as suspiciousness. Then, then society as a whole does not tolerate that sort of behavior. But us colored people are looked at as if we are not one of you, if we do not have another chance at life through accomplishment. It's corrupted enough that society treats us less than creatures and segregates us for their political objectives, for their feeling inferior purposes, but humiliate an alter, alternative race and belittle our education. Next, assassinate our appeal. It confirms what their main focus is. What their main focus is, known as interference and intrusion. Afro Americans was basically shipped over in vast quantities, and remarkably, we withstood the test of time. There's teachers who does not have our kids' best interest when it comes to educating our kids. Get those who we see fit, which does not guarantee your child will be parents. We're educating our kids. Politicians, when shaping up America, and the only political gain during balloting time is to shape up the economy. And if we have the one great leader that can lead our country, then let the gains begin. There is a cultural shakeup. Before we start forming up things, we can get the majority secret ballot. The majority created their opinion poll, selected beforehand, in order enough to maintain and restore New World Order. Also, China, Russia, Saudi Arabia take over, not to mention inflation, the issues all the way beyond the popular elite and the mainstream, which is conventional routine to hold to how they run the world. Which is a conventional routine to how they run the world. So where do the minorities stand? Where do the minorities stand by side? Stand by side of and along with who? We're standing on each other, leaning, climbing, moving upon one another to the point of elimination. And I'm talking about against one another. Yes. Whether it's Merc City, your city, another city, or even the windy city. Although that is what's happening through the distraction of materialistic things. That is being promoted by the elite promoter himself. The political gain is that our race is a nuisance and nothing around it. Then you know there's that majority group which soon again expose its ugly head, and I'm just going to say it, and don't care how anyone feels. Really, let me tell you something. I think, let me tell you something. Let's go to part 4. We'll be back.